6 o'clock, so I would ask that you stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Dean Cruz.
Here.
Ball. Here. Walker.
Here.
Staggy.
Here.
Brian Cruz.
Here.
Paczynski.
Here.
Kalinowski is absent.
Okay, on the agenda for tonight, meeting agenda, we have our department committee reports. Item A, the water department report. You have in your packet the monthly report from Wade Trim. B, zoning administrator's report. C, planning commission. D is the zoning board of appeals. E is the building and grounds committee. F, board of review. G is PEG. H is DDA. I is the Personnel Committee, and under that we have item A, consideration of approval of Personnel Committee's recommendation to increase the hourly wage of Larry Thompson, our zoning administrator. J is Regional Resource Recovery Project. K, the sewer project. L, Fire Department, and M, the Elections Commission. Under new business, we have item A, consideration of approval of resolution to establish trustees' annual salary. B is consideration of an approval of resolution to establish the treasurer's annual salary. C is consideration of approval of resolution to establish the supervisor's annual salary. D is consideration of approval of resolution to establish the clerk's annual salary. E is opening of the sealed brush collection bids. F is opening of the sealed bids for weekly collection and disposal of trash, and also 3 leaf dumpsters. G is consideration of approval of a ballot proposal, Proposition 1, for garbage and trash disposal, which is a renewal. And H, consideration of approval of a ballot proposal, Proposition 2, Fire Department operation, which is also a renewal. I is consideration of approval of a part-time summer maintenance and yard help position, and to advertise for this position. And then we have an agenda addendum. Item J is consideration of approval of a recommendation from Gordon McClellan in the amount of $2,016 for the presented proposal 2, consisting of an upgrade to the network for our new phone system. And if there are no other changes to the agenda, I would entertain a motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion by Dean Cruz, support by Brian Cruz to approve the meeting agenda for tonight. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Consideration of approval of the consent agenda. The consent agenda tonight, we have item A, minutes of the special board meeting held March 19th. B is the financial report. C is approval of the Township General Fund expenditures, including the Fire Department. Those are checks numbered 35411 through 35479. Accounts payable totaling $50,432.47. Payroll totals $12,093.29 for a grand total of $62,525.76. Item D is approval of water department expenditures. Checks numbered 2454 through 2462, totaling $10,289.70. E is approval of a budget amendment in the amount of $25,000 from fund balance of the general fund to Township Board professional fees. Item F is approval of a budget amendment in the amount of $1,000 from fund balance of the general fund to zoning professional fees. G is approval of a budget amendment in the amount of $500 from fund balance of the liquor fund to salaries and wages. And H is approval of the township sewer account expenditures checks 128 and 129 totaling $19,958.80. And if there are no changes in that consent agenda, I would entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make that motion. I'll second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. I guess in your packet, when you note the last meeting, trail committee meeting minutes, note there is a name change to that committee now. It's called the Smart Trail Committee. They've been meeting at the Big Bear Sportsman's Club. Public comment. Any public comment tonight? You're brave to come out in the weather, Delvin. Yeah. Okay, under department committee reports, item A, you have the Wade Trum's monthly report in your packet. B, the zoning administrator's report. You can see there's been a little bit of activity recently. And C, the planning commission regular meeting minutes from March 20th are in your packet. Was there anything you wanted to add to that, Shirley?
Nothing further.
Okay. Board of Appeals did not meet, but we did, the Board of Review did meet, and you have the minutes from the Board of Review in your packet. G is the PEG report in your packet. Keith, was there anything you wanted to add to that?
Not, I can't think of anything.
Okay. H, the DDA authority, you have those minutes in your packet, and I guess maybe this would be a good time just to comment. We had asked Tamara to do an accounting of her time, and I put that in front of you. It's, there was one in the packet. The one I put in front of you, I've crossed out the titles of 4 of the columns because I just didn't feel that we needed that. Give it a little more space so that we can enlarge the font on the type to the point where we can all read it. So I crossed out, you can see 4 column headings there that I didn't feel were really necessary, and Tom didn't from my DDA meeting. If you feel otherwise, or if there's something else that you would like to have included in that monthly report, let me know and I can communicate that to Tamara. Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
One shows up here, which one stop next time.
Item I is the Personnel Committee, and you have in your packet the minutes from the Personnel Committee meeting, and we also need to look at approving the Personnel Committee's recommendation to increase the hourly wage of our zoning administrator.
I'll make a motion that we give Larry Thompson $17 to $18 per hour. A second.
And that would be effective,
April 1st. Okay, we we have a motion by Lachinsky, support by Brian Cruz, to approve the Personnel Committee's recommendation of the hourly wage of our zoning administrator to $18. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item J, the Regional Resource Recovery Project. You have the meeting minutes from February 22nd in your packet, and I don't think you didn't attend that one.
I didn't, I was
Okay.
gone.
Okay. And item K, the sewer project report. The only thing that I have to report on this time, as I'm sure all well aware, Owners has gone back to work. Actually, it started again on Wednesday of last week, and then on Thursday, I believe it was, they had equipment breakdown. And so they were down for a day and back at it again yesterday. The only other thing that I have is we did do a change order number 1, which basically had to do with some of the ramifications of a 41 permit that DEQ was requiring. Some of the things that they required in that permit caused some changes, and those changes came to a total of $49,047.45. And fortunately, that doesn't have to come out of the contingency fund of the sewer project, because Brad Sousa had anticipated those changes coming as a result of that 41 permit, and so he had built actually $50,000 in there for that. So he pretty much hit the nail on the head there for just over $49,000. So, that's all I have to report on the sewer project at this point.
Any word when the city's gonna start those on 12th Street down there?
The last time I talked with Jeff McCool about it was just, they were waiting for the same that we were for the frost restrictions to be lifted by MDOT.
Because Swiderski's is doing theirs.
Swiderski's is doing theirs, right, and I haven't seen any activity. But I can give him a call and find out if he's got a, start date on there. Anything else? Okay. Okay, item L, fire department report, Jim.
So yes, sir, we had a total of 20 persons vote last month. There were 20 medical calls. We didn't have anything else, no fires and no traffic crashes, and I added to the report the amount of runs that go to Horizon Point, so that you have that information also. The network computer is almost completed. Now they were there today again. They got everything set up. It's still not complete as of yet, and so they're still working on that. So that's an ongoing project. We did get all the SCBA bottles in our Cascade system. Those tanks are all back and filled and back in service. The Polaris went in for its annual physical and came back ready to go for spring, for grass fire season, but spring left and grass fire season went with it with the snow that we got. So, but That's all ready to go along with our brush truck has got the tank in it and everything's all set with that. So we did have a couple of issues with the fuel man cards. So that's something that we're going to need to discuss coming up here. I'm not sure exactly what is happening with that. I know that our fuel man cards that we use at the BP, they're going to Barney Castle, and it's a different type of stock card. So it's something that we're going to have to discuss sometime with that. And see, I know that John had trouble with it. We had trouble with it last week, where it was declined, so I don't know why it was declined, but we're just having issues with that, so, once again, that's something that we're going to need to discuss, how we're going to take care of that, and we'll go back to the credit card issue again, so I'm going to keep bringing up the credit card issue until the board either says, yes, we're going to get one for the fire department, or you're absolutely not going to get one for the fire department. So I'm going to bring that up every month so you can plan on it until we either get one or you tell me that, no, you're not getting one. So I think it's going to make things a whole lot simpler for all parties involved if we were just to get a credit card so that we could purchase things using that card, and then everything was itemized on that card. It'd be a lot easier to keep track of things and where the money's being spent. So other than that, I don't have anything else unless someone's got some questions for me.
Jim, I saw the bill for the Polaris Ranger, but I can't remember what it was. Was it?
It was $800 and some odd for the Ranger, yeah. That was for, we had an air box that got burnt up in it. They had to replace that. They did the annual inspection on it, changed the oil, had to put a new drive belt on it. That was like $150 for the drive belt. They had to replace some of the studs because the studs are used for the tires and the tracks. And I think that the tracks were over-tightened a little bit, and we had some studs that were damaged, and they advised us that we need to torque those when we change the tires to the tracks. They need to be torqued to a certain specification plus 90 degrees, so we'll be taking care of that in the future. But that has been a 2-year, didn't go in last year for an inspection, so that's been a 2-year process there. So.
And that's probably a little higher than what you normally...
Yeah, that's higher than what we normally would. I mean, the studs and the labor involved in that, taking care of that, and they had to tear part of the interior out to get to that air box that they had to replace. And then the belt, of course, it's a serpentine belt, so that's labor intense also to get one of those put on there. So that's why the bill was so high.
Okay.
So.
Any other questions?
I see TKS was over there for a good part of the day. They were still there when I came to the meeting here.
What's that?
TKS is still...
Yes, that's we were working there. So we've been there since 11:30 this morning, working on the computer system, and they got it going. I now have to go back tonight and re-enter all of the pass cards because people can't get in yet. So some people can. We got some of them done, but they had to reinstall the program again, and it caused all the cards, everything that was all the information to be erased. And so I have to re-enter all of the pass cards again. Back in the system. So we're still working on that. We got a few other issues that they're working on remotely that they're going to take care of for us as far as the formatting of the cards, that type of thing that we have to do, and also for our DVR, for the cameras that we have, they're going to be working on those a little bit too. So the other cars that you saw there tonight in the way of the meeting were the painters that are in there painting tonight. So
I just saw their van.
Any other questions for me?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Elections Commission, Shirley, is there anything you want to report there?
No, except that, not really election commission related, but the training is starting for this Thursday. Lynn, who's now our deputy clerk, is going, and all the clerks and deputies will be getting training from the Bureau of Elections. And we should be getting our voting machine pretty soon, but I haven't exactly gotten an absolute date yet.
Okay, under new business, Item A, we have resolution of approval of, to establish the trustees' annual salary. And I guess that's, I don't know if these are in reverse order of the way they're stapled together here. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, they're not in order.
So,
Let's see.
fourth
Okay,
page.
Trustees is first,
Yeah.
last sheet. Well, I would make the motion. Okay,
I'll support that motion.
Dean's motion?
Yes. So we have a motion by Cruz, support by Walker, to approve the resolution to establish the trustees' annual salary. Any discussion? Want to go ahead and call the roll, Shirley?
Walker?
Yes.
Steggy?
Yes.
Kalinowski's not here. Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Pachinsky?
Yes.
Ball? Yes. Brian Cruz?
Yes.
Okay, item B is consideration of approval of a resolution to establish the treasurer's annual salary.
Also move.
I'll second.
Is that Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion by Hachinsky, support by Brian Cruz, to approve the resolution to establish the treasurer's annual salary. Any discussion? Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Steggy?
Yes.
Pachinsky?
Yes.
Walker?
Yes.
Ball? Yes. Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Brian Cruz?
Yes.
And item C is consideration of approval of a resolution to establish the treasurer's annual salary, or I'm sorry, the clerk's annual salary.
Is the clerk not the supervisor's third?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I was going in the order of the pages. So to establish the supervisor's annual salary.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Steggy, support by Hachinsky, to approve the resolution establishing the supervisor's annual salary. Discussion?
Yeah, I just wonder why it's has always been the supervisors the same as the clerk and treasurer?
I think as long as I've been here, it has been, Brian.
Yeah, well, if there is, we wouldn't know who would be the top pecker, so.
Well, I think the top pecker should get the more money.
Well, I'll tell you, I looked at some other townships in the, I know I was talking with Molly Whetstone about this here about a month ago when she was in, and I'm pretty sure, and I've got papers from her, I'm pretty sure the clerk and the treasurer were more than the supervisor. Yeah. I think
And there's
they
a
were.
reason for that, because as townships got more sophisticated and the supervisors no longer could do the assessing functions, because, you know, that he is responsible, he's actually the chief assessor.
Assessor in name.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually do the work,
There are a
because we
few
need a
townships.
high-level assessor.
Yeah, there are a few townships where the supervisor still is the assessor, but not
I
very
mean,
many.
overall, when I hear complaining, that your name comes up first,
Yeah, well,
so you should get the more money.
I don't know.
Should always hit the bottom of the pit.
Any other discussion?
I know you should get an offer. Well, you should get more.
Okay. Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Okay. Ball? Yes. Machinsky?
Yes.
Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Walker?
Yes.
Brian Cruz? Steggy?
Yes.
Item D is consideration of approval of a resolution to establish the clerk's annual salary.
I so move.
I'll second.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Steggy, to approve the resolution establishing the clerk's annual salary. Discussion? Let's see, I look at the amount of work that the clerk has to do, and there's all the record keeping that has to be done and all of that.
I'm on the ship, I'm the chief. Work
Yeah,
is delegated, you know.
yeah, I hear you. Okay, Shirley, call a roll, please.
Steggy,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Paul, yes, Brian Cruz, Kachensky,
Yes.
Okay, item E is opening of sealed brush collection bids. And looks like we only have one. And this bid, item number one, is the gas-powered blowers for cleanup at $3.50 per hour. Item two is the pickup truck with signage to place between the chipper and traffic at $20 per hour. Item three is the 14 cubic yard covered dump truck at $45 per hour. Item four, the 20-inch chipper with self-loading grapple is $48 per hour. And item five, two operators slash laborers at $24 each for a total of $48 per hour. And noted that they will keep clean all load-up areas and roadways when done chipping, and will notify the township of all abnormal sized piles of brush or debris, and will keep track of all items per hour and invoice accordingly. If we have any questions, don't hesitate to call. And this is from, this bid is from Carl's Excavating. And if memory serves me correct, those figures look, I think, pretty consistent with last year's figures. I'd have to pull last year's out, double check it, but just working from memory. So I would enter, that's the only bid we have?
Bid only.
So I would entertain a motion for approval or...
I make a motion to accept that bid. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Brian Cruz, support by Steggy, to accept the bid from Carl's Excavating for the brush pickup this spring. Any discussion? Okay, Shirley, go ahead.
Kachensky,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Paul, yes, Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Steggy,
Yes.
Okay, item F is opening of sealed bids for a weekly collection and disposal of trash, along with 3 leaf dumpsters. And again, we only have one bid from Republic Services.
Page 2, Terry, will get you where you need.
Well, yeah, I see the per pickup, and I guess we can calculate that. This,
It's in the back there, sorry.
Okay.
The total number here on page 4. So all the way to the back, probably 6 pages from the end. Just see a page 4 number at the bottom is the contract.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so for this proposal, for 1 year ending June 30th of 2019, the total cost would be $105,819.40 in equal monthly installments of $8,818.28 per month, which translates to $7.79 per pickup per month. Am I reading that right?
You are.
Sounds about right.
And that's, currently, we are paying $7.79 per pickup per month. And that expires June 30th of 2018, so...
So this is starting July 1?
This is starting, starting July 1 and ending June 30th of 2019. So I'm reading this then as no increase
Right, well,
for this
first year.
We're paying the same amount, okay? And then for the 1 year period ending June 30th of 2020, the sum of $108,943.70 in equal monthly installments of $9,078.64 per month, which translates to $8.02 per pickup per month.
3 cents.
Yeah. So, an increase of only 23 cents, which translates to basically 2.3% increase.
What is the monthly amount?
The monthly amount would be $9,078
So 64
and
cents?
64 cents
Second.
in the second year, yep. And then, pardon me?
It's a 3% increase year over year.
What did I say?
2.3 or something.
Okay, well, I was figuring, I was just using the per pickup. And so it's an increase of 23 cents. 7.79. Yeah, I'm sorry, it is 2.95, 3% increase. Then the third year, for a period ending on June 30th of 2021, the sum of $112,203.80 in equal monthly installments of $9,350.32 per month, which comes to $8.26 per pickup per month.
Again, 3%.
3% again?
Yep.
And that's based on the amount of pickups,
Yes.
and what, if the pickups go down, it's adjusted?
There's a provision, I believe, in here for adjustment on a regular basis, the number of pickups. I know we just
We just
how
had
many
an
months
adjustment.
ago we just increased it because their figures were outdated for the number of pickups. And I forget what that total is now. I think we had to add 32, was it? 32 pickups or something?
I
Page
don't
2,
remember.
number 2, Karen, 1132, well, that was 1217. 1132, yeah, 1132.
Has the one large item at the first of the month, has that caused any kind of problems? It's been working pretty good?
Worked really good.
Good.
Working good in here.
Yeah.
That's gonna stay.
Now, I'm seeing here in the agreement, second paragraph, whereas the township wishes to contract for the exclusive collection, and you highlighted exclusive, So is that a change from the old?
Yeah, the highlights are, we just had legal review take a look at it because it's been a long time since we have, and they asked for a couple minor things, which were highlighted for you there. I apologize, mine is not highlighted, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. I think there was 3 highlights, 2 minor word changes that were read out of there. Nothing that changes the context of the contract in any way, just legal people need to make their money, and, lawyers get paid by the word, so.
Yeah, looking at it, there's not a lot of changes in it.
So do we have to have our legal people in it?
If Terry passes it to you, literally, most of the highlights are date changes, and then I think they're on page, give me a second, I'll pull it up here.
Page 4 and 5 had a couple of
5, yeah.
Paragraph
Page
changes.
5, they removed the term each February to periodically.
right.
And then.
That's reviewing the number of pickups.
And then just remove the words that said in the following year of this agreement to just say billing in the next cycle. So just, nothing that I think, personally, I wouldn't even have moved it, but.
It can be put out there with the final approval, by the township attorney if you wanted to run it by him.
And Matt, did you, I don't recall where the paragraph was about gas price changes,
Yeah, that's still in
adjustments.
here, it's the bottom of page 5. We did not add the dollar amount to it here until you.
Okay, yep, I see
And then
that.
we'll write that in there at signature time.
Okay.
There's still one big item?
Yes.
Nothing has changed except for the 3% increase after the first year.
Yep. It was 2.5 in the previous contract, and just the way the water sewer trash index has been moving, we just leveled that up a little bit. But we held you to year 1 flat, so over the term of the 3 years, you're still closer to that 2.5 than you are to the 12.
And I see a paragraph, it looks like was added probably at the attorney's request, which makes sense. Contractor may petition, may be granted rate adjustments at a reasonable time on the basis of unusual changes in cost of doing business, such as revised laws, ordinances or regulations, changes in location of disposal sites, or changes in disposal charges. Any rate changes will be subject to approval by the township board by resolution. So that's new language.
Yeah, that ties into, the governor trying to go from 36
Right.
cents to the DEQ to $4.75, that would have a dramatic impact. Some things are going on in the state that, just protections for both of us.
Yeah. And then the last page 8, there's two paragraphs, yeah, and that's, again, legalese.
Yep. If the road blows up, we don't have to pick up trash.
There's an out clause within, if you want to, either party get out of it within a specified time there. For instance,
Yeah.
if, the garbage millage would fail, something like that.
Is there any language to that effect in here? The only language I'm seeing is in the event of, on page 7, in the event of merger, sale, or consolidation of the township, shall provide the right of assignment of this contract, now withhold.
Boston Township funding, page 6, number 16,
Okay.
would cover what Shirley's asking
Oh,
for.
yeah, yep. In the event of
You guys
merger,
put that over at the last revision,
Yeah.
make sure that was there to protect you guys.
Yep.
I make a motion to accept it based, you take to
Up on the attorney's review.
Yes.
Okay, we have motion by Brian Cruz, support by Dean Cruz, to approve the proposal presented by Republic, contingent upon the review of our township attorney. Any other discussion? Okay, Shirley, you want to call the roll, please?
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Baczynski,
Yes.
Dean Cruz. Yes. Ball, yes. Walker,
Yes.
Maggie,
Yes.
Thank you, Matt. Item G is consideration of approval of the ballot proposal, Proposition 1 being for garbage and trash disposal, which is a renewal.
I'll make a motion.
I'll support it.
We have a motion by Dean Cruz, support by Hachinsky, to approve the ballot proposal, Proposition 1, for garbage and trash disposal. Any discussion? Ready?
getting there.
Okay.
Walker,
Yes.
Steggy,
Yes.
Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Baczynski,
Yes.
Ball, yes. Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Okay, item H is consideration of approval of ballot proposal, Proposition 2 for fire department operation, which again is a renewal.
I'll make a motion.
I'll support that motion. Motion by Brian Cruz, support by Walker to approve the ballot proposal Proposition 2 for fire department operation. Any discussion? Go ahead, Shirley.
Steggy,
Yes.
Baczynski,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Ball, yes. Dean Cruz,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Okay, item I is consideration of approval of a part-time summer maintenance and yard help position, and to advertise for this position. And you have some proposed wording for that ad in your packet.
I'll make the motion. Put it in the paper.
I'll support it.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Hachinsky to approve the ad for the part-time summer maintenance and yard help position. Any discussion?
Who's going to be the supervisor?
Well, we've had some discussion on that between building and grounds, and some of that will fall on me, some will fall on others. Tom, in discussion with Tom one day, he volunteered to take a day, and
Terry's the day-to-day supervisor, so it'll be under his hat.
yeah, and we're looking, like the ad says here, 20
Clean
to
up all the sidewalks.
20 to 25 hours a week, and we're thinking about just having 4 days, so it might be of greater interest to a young person to not be tied down 5 days, and also make it a little bit easier on the supervision aspect of it. But there's a lot of things that, like Tom mentioned, the edging of the sidewalks here needs to be done badly, and there's a number of things that could be done out at Lagoon Creek, and in both parks here in the township that could be done, so.
Shovel the snow.
They shovel.
Yeah, shovel the snow in July.
Behind the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting if we get anybody.
Yeah, we
In this day
did,
and age, you never know.
I did talk with the guidance counselor at MAPS, Paul House, about a month ago or so, and had him dropped off a packet of application forms for him, and they announced it, and I called yesterday and talked to the secretary, because I forgot they were not in session yesterday, but she told me they haven't had any applications for it. And not only that, there was another job opportunity for students that they had out there, and nobody applied for that either, so it's kind of why we decided to take a look, maybe advertise in the paper. There might be, might be an adult out there that just wants something to do. Yeah, so.
Why not come out of retirement, Dean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I might put in for $10 an hour.
Okay.
Of course, I don't come to work till afternoon.
That coffee cup out here.
Okay, I think we have a motion on the floor, right? Second, support, okay. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, the last item has to do with the phone upgrades here at the fire department and at the Nelson Street office building. And that has to do a lot with updating what we currently have, making it a little more functional and better operation and easier to expand in the future. This was something that Gordon recommended we do, and he went and got bids. He didn't get bids, I'm sorry, he researched it, got prices on the different components and put together 2 different bids, and he said today that he would check with Jack Pine, and if they can match the prices that he found or better, then he would go that route locally. Otherwise, he'll probably be doing it online. But at any rate, that his recommendation from Gordon in the amount of $2,016 and consists of an upgrade to the network for our new phone system. And Tom and Shirley and I sat in on that presentation today from Millennium with our new phone system, and then Gordon discussed this afterwards. And I know he had mentioned before, and I think even when Andy Prime was here, he was looking at our setup there behind Tammy's desk, and suggested that we look at upgrading that and getting rid of some of that, so.
Did we get that, what Jim was asking last meeting? Did we get that?
Yeah.
All resolved?
Yeah.
Was that double paying and all that stuff, or?
Nope.
Okay.
Just more a matter of lack of
Clarification?
lack of technical understanding. That's a big reason why we had Gordon come in and sit through everything.
So we need a motion for this?
Yes, so we need a motion for...
I'll make that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion by Ball, support by Steggy to approve the recommendation from Gordon McClellan in the amount of $2,016 for the presented proposal 2, consisting of an upgrade to the network for the new phone system. And I think, everybody got a copy of that proposal, the gear that's, all the items that's involved in that. Any other discussion on that? Okay.
Set?
Yep.
Ball? Yes, Pachinsky? Dean Cruz? Walker?
Yes.
Brian Cruz? Stady?
Yes.
Yes. You didn't call me.
All right. I got so many, got to keep them straight.
She's still in Cancun, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I like that. Calls her name, no response.
She looked like me.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Okay, public comment.
Thank you.
Jim?
Just a question.
Yes.
When's the proposal going to be on the ballot? What month?
August.
August? Okay. And how much are you anticipating that 1 mil will bring in?
72,000 something, I think.
How much?
72,652 in the first year.
Now, 5 years ago when we ran that,
84.
that first year generated 84,607.
For a full mil?
The fire department's a half a mil.
I know, I'm asking about the full mil.
Oh, the full mill for the garbage?
Yeah.
Okay. That will gather $145,303
First year.
first year. The second year it will be probably less because of the rollback will kick in.
Any other public comment?
Yes.
Keith?
Jim last month mentioned that it would be nice if you had a PA system in here so that it raised the volume level in here. And I took it upon myself to do a little research, and I already have a system like this one that I'm looking at right now. It's made by Yamaha. It's $719, and there's another one here that's a little smaller, that's a little bit cheaper. And I don't know how serious you would be about purchasing a system like that, but it comes with the speakers, a stand, a couple of accelerators, the carrying case, and the mixer. And the mixer actually plugs into the back of the speaker, so it's up and out of the way. I'll give you these here, and you can look at it, and if you decide you want to do that, I'll be glad to put it in for it. It's up to, I just set it up.
You had sent that to me, and we were going to discuss it at our building and grounds meeting for last month, and we didn't have a quorum, so it didn't get brought
Well,
up.
you can also use it, outdoors or any place else, other meetings besides just here. You have to buy microphones and cables to cover the meeting. That's only got 4 inputs, but that seems to suffice.
Okay,
Right?
all right. Thank you, Keith. Any other public comment? Okay, anything else to come before the board tonight? Dean, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Shirley?
Nope.
Tom?
No.
Brian?
Just have a question. That Township Hall is rented. Are there any rules against putting up a tent to make more covered space during the rental?
The rec center?
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess we'd have to look at, see if there's any
That'd be a temporary
ordinance that
structure.
Well, it would be just some temporary, for,
permitted, kind of a blanket thing.
You might talk to Larry Thompson about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can talk to Larry, and the Building and Grounds Committee has been having some discussion about, somewhere in the future, adding a pavilion to the covered, with picnic tables and grills under it,
You mean when somebody rents it, if they put up a tent? These are portable, they're really nothing.
Yeah,
So
So you can get worried about it.
rent them from Grand Rental, and they put them up and they're done. To get a little bit more covered space. I was just wondering if there's rules against that. Larry would be one. Larry would be one.
Is that it? John, you got anything?
Nothing.
Okay, I don't have anything additional, so I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Brian Cruz to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.